Welcome. This is Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel, and this is the weekly podcast for your Capricorn half moon, and it's a waxing half moon. Again, it's in the sign of Capricorn, the goat, and this is for October 13th, 2021. And the moon will become a waxing half moon at 50% light. That happens again at 3:26 a.m. We're using universal time coordinated, and we're using tropical astrology. Now this half moon in Capricorn, in the sign of the goat, is going to cause people, because it's a waxing moon, which is increase in light, which causes a projective type of energy, like something that expands or extends or pushes outward. Rather than receiving, it's projecting, it's pushing out. The energy is going outward because it's expanding, it's waxing. Therefore, this form of active energy is going to sort of be felt in a way that will cause people to actively push other people away, to hide tender emotions. That's for the purpose of creating security. So the reason for this behavior of pushing people away is so that someone doesn't get their feelings hurt. Because often you'll find that just when you start getting close to someone, either a friend, whether it's a friend or romantic interest, or even a family member, if certain types of people feel they're getting too close, especially with Moon in Capricorn, if certain types of people feel they're getting too close, they will begin to become more aggressive and feel that they need to push away so they can go back to feeling secure, because they may begin to feel vulnerable or sentimental, or they may begin to feel that they're becoming again vulnerable to the person that they're beginning to have interactions with. And during a different phase of the moon, or a different sign that the moon may be in, they may not be as aggressive as they might be during this phase of the moon and in this sign, that again will cause them to try to push away that which they on a waning moon or a receiving moon, or perhaps during a different sign, that they tried to pull in towards themselves when they needed you. Now they want to push you away. So don't get all upset and don't overreact when this happens. Simply remain in a calm state and just let some time go by, lay low for a little while, and just, you can respond, but don't overreact to their pushing away. Just say, whatever, see you later, talk to you later. It's like, be lighthearted about it. Just say, okay, I'll talk to you later. Don't even act like you noticed anything, and just let it slide by. Just let it calm down. And at some other time, they may want to speak to you again, but you'll understand that this person reacts in this way when Capricorn moon is increasing and waxing, or going towards a full moon. So this will help you to not overreact, and it'll help you to not burn bridges with friends or relatives or suitors or people that you're interested in romantically, or significant others. This pushing away is simply because they don't want to feel that scared of losing you. They don't want to, they just maybe don't feel comfortable being vulnerable in their own feelings. They might be good at masking it, but they don't want to feel that way. They don't want to feel like like you could affect them in any way. It bothers them. They're afraid of getting hurt. And even if they know you won't hurt them, they don't want to feel sort of emotionally naked to themselves, really. Okay? So, again, don't overreact. No matter which side of the coin you're on, if you're someone who's feeling like pushing people away, don't overdo it. Don't just throw something at them, and don't be too aggressive or you'll burn the bridge forever. Just so you know. All right, now, the lunar mansion we're going to talk about next. We're going to get into the lunar mansion for this particular waxing half moon in Capricorn, the goat. And this waxing half moon in Capricorn, the lunar mansion that will be in effect at the time of the exact time that it goes 50%, that it becomes waxing, since the moon happens at 3:26 a.m. on the 13th. Yeah, the lunar mansion is going to be in the 23rd mansion at that time. It's not going to go into the 24th mansion until later in the day on the 13th. So from October 12th, to October 13th in the afternoon, it's going to be in lunar mansion number 23. So we're going to talk about lunar mansion number 23 because that's the mansion it's going to be in when it's going, when it just hits that time of being a waxing half moon at 50% light. Again, at 3:26 a.m. in the morning, very early in the morning. So that's way before the next mansion takes effect. Okay, so regarding lunar mansion number 23, lunar mansion number 23 occurs between the margins of Capricorn 12 degrees, 51 minutes, 21 seconds to Capricorn 25 degrees, 42 minutes, 51 seconds. And this is according to the margins utilized by Abraham. Now, the star to wish upon inside the 23rd mansion of the moon is named Al-Bulah. Now, the 23rd mansion of the moon is called Al-Sad Al-Bulah. Al-Sad Al-Bulah, okay? I'm just telling it to you twice. The third time, Al-Sad Al-Bulah. Again, the star that's the pointer star or the indicator star is named Al-Bulah. And the star Al-Bulah resides in the left hand of Aquarius, having the good fortune of the swallower. And that's where you get the names that you get from both Warnock and Agrippa. Now, Al-Bulah is according to Warnock. And the star, Al-Bulah, again, that's according to Warnock. And the name Al-Sad Al-Bulah is according to Warnock. Ask the angel of Epsilon Aquarii, and that's another name for Al-Bulah. The scientific name for Al-Bulah is also Epsilon Aquarii. And ask the angel of Epsilon Aquarii, which is a star Aquarii, who is named Requiel. The angel's name is Requiel. Ask Requiel to restore the injured to wholeness, to remedy sickness and affliction, also to rejoin friends. Those are some of the things that you can conjure for by making images during this mansion. But because it's a waxing moon, you're going to want to project these images to other people. It's not a time to receive for yourself. That's during a waning moon. During a waxing moon, you want to project it onto other people so you can help other people during this time by remedying sickness and affliction, and you can also rejoin friends. Okay? You can also restore the injured to wholeness. So this is a time to project these good magics onto other people. Now, sorceresses and sorcerers use this mansion to make images, to cure ailments, to bring friends together, to cause divorce of married couples and to give detainees an opportunity to escape confinement. The image of a cat having the head of a dog is a rendering which many magicians use to cause cities, villages, and towns to become desolate, ravaged, and forsaken places. So that's some of the negative magic you can use if you think that these places are like somebody may use it during a war, so causing their side to win. They may use the image of a cat having the head of a dog in order to cause cities, villages, and towns to become desolate, ravaged, and forsaken places. Again, if you're in a war and these are your enemies, you might consider it a good magic to do this to your enemies. I'm just saying this is what people have been doing since way back in Babylon. They've been doing this forever. These are very ancient writings, okay? Now, Agrippa reveals that other names for Mansion of the Moon, number 23, are Zab-Adola and Zobrach, okay? Agrippa also reveals that the purpose of a talisman depicting the body of a feline animal with the head of a canine animal is to cause destruction and wasting. Now, to add to the magical properties of the rendering, he also discloses that the emblem should be scented with the fur of a dog and made from iron, and that it should be buried in a location where those that buried it have pretended to harm the surroundings. So sometimes if you see that they're saying, oh, this place has been hurt, this place, you can't go there because there's like an ecological disaster in this place, or something bad happened in this place, or this place is, there's dangerous or something dangerous in this place. They might be pretending, and they might be using this magic, okay? Because again, to add to the magical properties of the rendering of having the feline animal cat's head, a feline animal's body with the head of a dog. So it's a cat's body with a dog's head, okay? If you see that, they use that image, and then you use the fur of a dog to scent it, and you make it from iron, and then you bury it in a location that you pretended to harm the environment. So if you see that the environment's been harmed, they might be pretending because they're doing this magic, and it's for the purpose of causing destruction and wasting of a certain place. Maybe they're trying to cause that place to become desolate and for all the people to have to move because they want to take it over or use it for something else. But it's very important that you understand that they pretend to hurt a place when they do this. So sometimes places get hurt, and sometimes they're pretending. So, and these are very ancient ways that armies have used against, that the magicians who helped armies used. These are ancient teachings. So like maybe Merlin used it to help, King Arthur's armies. You see what I'm saying? These kinds of things, but even back before that, way before that, back in Babylon. So understand that. These are ancient teachings. Now also regarding Capricorn, according to Kabbalistic lore, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Capricorn's birthstone is garnet. Now I'd like to give you some, if you want to study this on your own, I would like to give you some resource books that I recommend, that I use, and you can use Mansions of the Moon, A Lunar Zodiac for Astrology and Magic, 2nd edition with 2019 to 2033 Mansion Ephemeris written by Christopher Warnock in 2019, illustrated by Nigel Jackson in 2019, and published by Renaissance Astrology in 2019. And another book is 3 Books of Occult Philosophy, Llewellyn's Source Book Series, authored by Henry Cornelius Agrippa of Nitisham in 1533, translated by James Freak in 1650, edited and annotated by Donald Tyson in 1993, published in 2000 by Llewellyn Publications. there's some other books, but those are the main ones. You can also get there's another book about the fixed stars and constellations in astrology. The fixed stars and constellations in astrology. That's by Vivian Irwood Robson. Very important book about the star magic and the effects of stars, in particular specific stars. So thank you for joining us. Join us again next time.